Warning, this podcast contains spoilers and tasty bacon.
You're a liar.
There's no bacon here.
Lie to me!
That was a good show. Hello everyone and welcome to the ASOTV podcast for the Vampire Diaries, Season 8, Episode 6, Detoured on some random backwards path to hell.
Backwoods
Path to hell.
Yeah.
Because I needed a very long-winded title. I'm your host, Mike, and joining me is Dom and Nikki and Kim. Dom, then Kim, then Nikki.
Or Kim, then Nikki,
you know
then
what?
Dom.
You know what's bothering more than the bacon talk? That, you know, because I'm really hungry, is the fact that you didn't capitalize backwoods in the title.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Very aggravating.
Everybody point that shit out.
Oh, you were making screen changes and shit and all that. Yeah, I can't help you when you're editing stuff like that.
So anyway, about this episode, and there was bacon involved, Sybil was eating bacon.
She was!
Sure, she was eating bacon.
God
See,
damn
I'm
it.
not a liar.
You're right.
Vindicated.
I need bacon now.
Yeah.
And a lark
All
became
do.
Liam.
Need to do research on Sybil. I mean bacon.
Bacon.
Bacon. Synonymous
Right.
with Sybil.
But yeah, one of my favorite parts is when the lark became Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson. Yeah.
I will find you and I will kill you.
I have a very particular set of skills.
Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. He seriously did me.
You know what? I didn't even make that connection in my head, and now I cannot unsee it.
They probably pulled him.
Oh, when he's on the phone, I was all like, he's like, I'm gonna get you, and I'm like, whoa,
Like
whoa.
30 seconds still rolling. Okay, so here's your motivation. Your girls have been kidnapped. You're going to channel your inner Liam Neeson, and you're going to get your children back. All right, everybody ready? And action.
But what the hell was Sybil's plan? Like, to run from him for decades? Like,
You mean
she said
Celine?
the children,
Celine.
or Celine, she said the children would not be ready for
Within a
at least a decade.
Yeah.
Celine
I
seems
guess.
to be the less intelligent siren.
She doesn't think things through, obviously.
I mean, I get it. She wanted a plan, you know. She's been working on this for a long time to try to trade with Cade so that they no end up in hell.
Mm-hmm.
But how could she not know what an Amber Alert is? Or any of these other things? She's been in the world last, 100-something years?
I don't know.
She said it was 18-something. I don't remember this, 1865 or something. But yeah, you know what everything else is. You've blended in. You know what cell phones are, and you don't understand what an Amber Alert is, or what's going to happen if you steal someone's children.
Apparently not.
Apparently not. Yeah, that's an odd one.
I mean, I personally have only ever had one Amber Alert ever show up on my phone.
I've had about 2 or 3, I think.
Over the amount of time that I've had this phone, I've had many Amber Alerts, flood alerts, and
I've had way
you know,
more flood and severe weather alerts.
Right.
I've had a couple. Like, it was new to me because I was like, oh, cell phone. But I mean, that stuff's still fairly recent. The whole, putting it over the smartphones.
Mm-hmm.
But still,
It's
again,
brilliant.
she's been around for. Oh yeah, it's amazing what they can do now. But the thing is, she should have understood that.
I mean,
Like that blended in. I mean, it's just.
we don't know if she's had a cell phone this whole time, right? She
but
may
the
have only
term
just
Amber
gotten one
Alert's been
recently.
around for a long time.
She may have only gotten one recently with the job, right? The babysitting job. She probably got it for that. So probably didn't have it before that. Chances are, like I said, I've only had one. So, and that's out of the 10 years that I've had the phone.
Right.
Or
But that's just cell phones.
that
I mean,
phone
there's
number.
still Amber Alerts in general. They go across everything else.
The Amber Alert, it's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
It's
Yeah.
not
Right,
just cell phones.
What medium?
It goes-
Do you really expect her to sit down and watch the
TV
news or read the newspaper?
Well, no, but it's not just news. It's TV's news. It's they do it on like billboards. They do it on the things across like the roads, whatever the little.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, I've never
Yeah,
seen
on
it
the
outside
highway.
of the phone.
It's been around. Apparently, it's been around since 1996. So for 20 years, they've been using the term.
Right, but I'm just saying, I personally have never seen it outside of my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Never even heard of the term outside of my phone.
I've seen it like all over the place.
I've seen it on the nightly news and stuff like that. So I mean, you're right.
You guys also live in more crime-populated areas than I do.
Oh, we live in a much more densely populated. So yeah, there's going to be more
Well,
occurrences.
that's
of
true.
that.
You kind of live out in not exactly in the like middle of nowhere, but you do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not in the middle of nowhere, but I'm not in a city
major,
by any means.
like major city. Yeah.
Like the
Yeah,
percentage
not
of crimes
in
is
New
the same,
York or
but there
Philly.
are more of them because more people.
Yeah,
But all right, so
and they're in some back asswards path to hell.
exactly,
right?
they're in the middle
That's
of.
true. They are like BFE, and they're still like.
And they are in like
Like
tiny
Mystic Falls is not a very big area at all,
They're
but
in
we don't know where she's been hiding.
Yeah, they're in tiny town area of Virginia. Now, also, basically, the takeaway from this whole thing is Celine has been living under a fucking rock.
More or less.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Do we have
plan.
any indication of where she's been this whole time?
No, they haven't
No.
given us anything.
Other than where she's been with,
the kids.
large-
That and she's very unpracticed with her voice. Like she hasn't been manipulating people. She's like stayed away from it. Really.
she's
Not like
been hiding.
Sybil.
She said literally she's been hiding.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess I could give her a little bit of credit or not, but she said she was blending in, so I think she picked up some things up. Still,
would think,
in any
yeah.
case, even with the Amber Alert, if you still so much kids, they're coming fucking after you.
Oh, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So
And that's what happened.
it's like you didn't think she didn't. That's plain and simple. She did not think her little stupid plan through.
Clearly not,
She-
because she still had her cell phone on her. The first step is ditch the cell phone.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not promoting, crimes of that level by any means, but that is step one, to not being found in general.
Mhm.
Forget crimes. To not be found, you get rid of your cell phone. And if you do have your cell phone, if you're stupid enough, don't answer it. That's step two,
Mm-hmm. Well, she did think far ahead enough to find the girls and lead them on for how many months?
Get them to trust her. Get
Well, yeah.
them to like her.
Right.
I mean, her plan, as she said, it was a long con. A long
Mhm.
plan because she didn't expect Sybil to escape.
Right.
Figure the least I can do if I can't get her out is to make sure I get her out of the deal with me. So, I mean, that was her motivation. Figured, hey, these girls aren't going to be potent for another, 10 years or so. So
She intended on being their nanny for 10 plus years,
Mm-hmm. Work
Right,
my
until they grew up to an age where it's appropriate.
Really,
Yeah.
they're young, they're impressionable. Work my magic, get my insidious little claws in, just like the church does. And, just really... Why do you think they started when
You
they were young?
just had to throw that in there. They just
Yeah.
That's when they
Yeah.
started with me. Didn't work, but
I mean, you could say the same thing about the tobacco industry. It doesn't necessarily have to be the church.
that's very true.
You can say that with a lot of shit. You can say that with commercials. You
What
can say
was
anything.
the fucking camel's name? I don't remember. Was it Joe?
Sam?
Joe Camel?
Joe Camel, yeah.
I think. I don't
Like
know.
Sam or Joe.
I thought it was like something with a C. I thought it was like Charlie or something.
When I was 5 or 6, I was crazy for Joe Camel on anything. So, I never smoked. And, but I mean, I could see how it's easy to hook kids with that kind of shit. It works.
Yeah, Joe Camel.
See, in Canada, for as long as I can remember, they put those really gruesome pictures on the packs. Ever since I was little, I remember that. So I look at the pictures and I look at my parents and be like, "You're fucking stupid."
Now, I would
I
like
mean,
to
I didn't use
also-
those words, but I was, clearly
I
thinking
would
something
also
similar.
like to draw this back and take a moment to say that Canada is a civilized country that cares about their population more than they care about money. Here in the United
Why did I
States,
leave then?
here in the United States, it's all about the Benjamins. You are an expendable
Oh, yeah.
piece of meat. Go fuck yourself. So
Lemons.
Whatever you can sell to whatever, even though they shouldn't be aiming for that age range, they're like, whatever. Let's just throw this shit in here. They
So-
started out with the The cowboy dude.
Like the first time I saw a pack of cigarettes in Canada, I'm like, oh God, how long have they been doing that? And she just goes, I don't know, for as long as I can remember. So
Yeah.
anyway, hook the kids young. Celine's master plan. Great job.
So Celine is Joe. Sir, what's her name?
Celine.
Celine is Joe
Celine.
Camel.
Celine is
That's
Joe
what you're
Camel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Things joke.
Mm-hmm. Exactly
Right.
what I'm getting at.
Mm-hmm.
But again, why would you answer your phone when Alaric calls?
Because
She's just stupid.
clearly she has, some sort of hots for him. I mean, I think she clearly, she learned to care about Alaric and, and the girls and stuff, she blended herself in too much.
See, her thing is her whole deal with Cade was to punish the wicked. And, I mean, these little girls aren't exactly wicked. They've never done any...
No, but that's not what that's not why she's after the girls.
No, that's not why she's after them. And
No, she's after to
them
trade them in for
trade them to the devil,
the
basically.
trash. She's like, here, you take these super powerful people, kids, so you can leave me alone.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's her replacement.
Fucked up.
Yeah. So let's see. Alaric goes full on Liam Neeson. I love it. Actually, my takeaway from this episode is never answer your cell phone ever. Because look what happened to Enzo when he answered his phone.
Good point. Oh, poor Enzo.
Oh, look, Damon's calling. Hello, and then suddenly, lovely song, lots of pain, Sybil's in my head, cutting me to pieces.
Here's a question. We know that Sybil is free from the deal, but she still has her powers and her immortality. Does she still have that pull over Enzo? Or is that gone with the deal?
I think so.
That was part of the deal, was for her to release him. That was the deal that she made with Stefan.
Oh, that's right. She did. Now...
He seemed like he was still, really in bad shape at the end of the episode, though.
Hey, if
Well, he was just healing from
it's rebuilding
the crap.
itself. Yeah.
the mind is very powerful, so, and, he experienced himself getting, cut on and ripped apart, so... Gonna fuck you up. He needed a bit. Even as a vampire.
Yeah.
It's all mental. So, yeah, I'm curious what her deal is, because she's free from her little contract. Her ticket to hell is, torn up, ripped apart, but she's still immortal, still has her powers, and made some other kind of deal with Cade. And I have no idea what.
Interesting. Yeah.
It's interesting enough, and it's bewildering.
Something really interesting this episode too is we found out that the Siphoner children can siphon magic from a siren.
Yeah, they can siphon
yeah.
any source of magic.
That happened a couple episodes ago. The first time she tried testing their powers with Incendia.
Mm-hmm. When
Yeah,
they
but
burned
They
Georgie's body.
siphoned her beauty out of her arm.
Mm.
She started to revert back to creepy.
Part of her
creepy-
power is her immortality.
Yeah.
Same with vampires and stuff. That's why, Caroline was in so much pain when they were inside of her when she was going to give birth, is because they were sucking her life force out of her.
Now the question is, can the
the girls
siphoners
can kill her?
can the children work their siphon ability on Cade? That's the real question.
Ooh.
Yeah, because
I imagine they
We-
would be able to.
I don't know if Cade is actually a physical entity.
Well, he's a supernatural entity, and they seem to be able to siphon any kind of
I
supernatural
thought he was
force.
dead. I was under the impression that he's dead.
He's technically he's part of the other side.
yeah.
I mean,
That doesn't exist anymore.
I have no... Yeah,
Apparently, it does. Another dimension, another side.
Well,
yeah,
hell.
hell.
Yeah, hell.
I mean,
It's
I
like a
have
geek
no, doubts in my mind that the little girls are going to defeat Cade at the end of the season. Or, are going to be the key to stopping, his evil plot. Whatever it is.
I don't think we have to worry about Cade, to be honest. I really don't think about it. The only thing we have to worry about is unchaining Stefan and Damon. That's the only thing Cade has been there for eons, for centuries, and nothing has really gone bad.
True, but they're going to have to, how are they going to unchain them?
I don't know, but Cade is the oldest creature now that we have in the Vampire Diaries universe. He's older than even Ketsia, you know, and Ketsia and Silas were the oldest things that we knew of before this, and Cade surpasses them.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
But.
And if age, means power or whatever, then he's gonna be a tough cookie.
Well, I mean, he
like I said,
controls a whole nother world, and he's their representation of the devil. So I would think
to be honest,
pretty up there.
I think he's the person that has the list of names, and he's checking them off as they walk through the gate. I mean, he's accelerating the fact by having people working under him and sending these souls to hell. But I don't think he's anything more than a glorified accountant. Or,
I don't think he's the devil. I don't.
He's not the devil.
He's a gatekeeper?
Yeah, he's
I don't
like
even
a gatekeeper.
I don't think he's that. I think he's stealing them to go elsewhere. I don't think they're going to where, because this whole thing, like, you go back into season 1, and this is basically what this is. This is looking back at season 1. There was a lot of toying with whether or not they had a soul, and if they were destined to go to hell. Like, you even look back in the flashbacks, that's what their father said, that vampires are demons. They are from hell. And I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's where they're going. I think Cade is storing them elsewhere.
And I can
he's
agree
like
with you on
siphoning
that.
souls for power.
Maybe, because this has been confirmed this season. We know that, hell, or what they're calling hell, was created when Cade died due to like a psychic outburst.
Yeah.
So he created another dimension with his like dying psychic explosion of whatever, and he's been ruling over that dimension where he punishes the wicked. So, I mean, it's a great analogy for hell, but it's probably something different.
I think he's in charge of purgatory. That's what I think he is.
That's more plausible than him being a devil.
Yeah. I can go with that.
Because Cade started out as a pure person, a pure soul. He was doing nothing but good. And then people turned on him, and it corrupted his soul and made him wicked.
Lucifer was an angel.
Yeah.
Same concept.
Yeah. But I mean,
True.
Also keep this in mind. When we see all the people that got sucked out from the other side and we're assuming that Cade got a hold of them. I mean, that's what we're assuming.
Best guess.
Where did they go?
To that other blackened void dimension?
No, literally, where did they go? Up. They went into the sky. Swoop. They didn't get pulled underground into a crater, into the abyss. They went up into the sky. All incarnations of hell or the underworld
are down.
Are down.
Yeah, I mean, they were pulled into another dimension, and, that doesn't really have to obey up, down, left, right, and all that stuff. They were just...
It doesn't, but I
can understand purgatory, because purgatory is usually represented as just as bad as hell, because
it's a void, and...
But because Georgie was, sucked down the road and up, and Catherine was sucked out of a pair of church doors about 20 feet off the ground, so, I mean... really, they were just taken into the abyss, so who the hell knows what's going on there.
I mean, Silas went up, like all the people that went out, they got left before Bonnie and Damon got transported to the Pocket Universe, they everybody got sucked up.
Right, exactly.
If they moved on, then the glowing light took them, And
yeah, who knows what Cade's doing. Maybe he is torturing them for all eternity to punish the wicked. Maybe he's using their souls as a power source, because... he can. Who the fuck knows?
I don't see him as malevolent as
I think we will.
As I don't know, as everybody's making him. I don't think he's that evil.
You don't think he's evil?
I'm not saying that he isn't. I'm not saying that he's as evil as everybody is making him out to be.
That he's not.
But he's also very similar to Ketsia, right? And you go and look at you gotta keep in mind the similarities. Like Ketsia was a witch that. Traveler witch.
Wasn't she an anchor?
Kind of.
She the
but
anchor?
she created immortals.
Yes.
Right. And then you have Cade, who is a psychic who created sirens. They're both these ancient creatures that created a brand new supernatural race. They're very, very similar.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And they kind of both created like these separate dimensions. Cade's got whatever, he's got going, and Ketsia created the other side. So, not only did they create a supernatural race, they created other dimensions.
It's true.
That is true. They are both, pretty formidably powerful. But what Nikki was getting at, I agree. I don't think he's as actively evil. Like, he's not walking the world plotting, doing dastardly shit.
No, he has a plan. He has a quota.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter if... Yeah.
He's more of a...
not...
Patience is on his side. He's more of a passive evil kind of, like, hey, the wicked souls are going to come to me one way or the other. If I feel like accelerating a couple of them, so be it. I'll send my sirens after them. Otherwise, wait for them to die from natural causes.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to be, out there doing anything crazy.
Like, I don't see him as the big bad. I don't.
I mean...
He is a bad, but he's not the big bad.
Obviously, Sybil has been foreshadowing him as being super evil. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe she hasn't actually seen the actual, like, devil.
Maybe we haven't.
Maybe he is maybe he's just a gatekeeper. Maybe that's right. Maybe he's just the gatekeeper to, to this other dimension, which is technically what we consider like purgatory.
Mm-hmm.
And there's
the other side was meant to be a supernatural purgatory, right?
Right.
But that was supernatural purgatory.
For supernatural entities, yeah.
Right.
So we're looking at the possibility this is the mortal purgatory.
Yeah, because...
Yeah, but what happened when the supernatural version of purgatory disappeared? Everybody that didn't pass on got sucked into this one.
Mm-hmm.
So it just makes sense that they just transferred from one purgatory to another.
To the next.
Yeah, okay. That makes complete sense now.
And this one.
Like, if you have no place to go, you go to the other place.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bet you that's making Kate a little bit happy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it did. But, on the other hand, you would think his quota has been achieved,
I don't think it's a never-ending quota.
It was a
It's
bonus.
never-ending quota.
Yeah.
That
As
month
long
was
as
a
there's
bonus
life,
month.
as long as there's people that are alive, there's constantly going to be someone.
He had great numbers that quarter. He really, Yeah.
I mean,
He's going to get a promotion after this.
Deal of the lifetime fell on his lap.
This leaves things wide open, to see what goes on in this world and see other characters that may have been passed on. And that's usually a great trope that you see when shows are in their final season, is you see characters that you wouldn't plan on seeing, otherwise. We may get to see, Vicky Donovan again. We may get to see Aunt Jenna, like all these characters that, may, not have gone. And then if this is purgatory, that still leaves them the chance to move on. They can still go to the
Jenna
bright
go to
world.
The light, though?
I think Jenna passed on.
Jenna went to the light.
Yeah, she moved on.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that we can't see that world either,
That's true. But not leaving a lot of time for us to see it.
No.
With this being the last season.
No,
right.
But if we're going to see it, it's going to be in the last couple episodes.
That's true.
So,
and maybe we get to see our favorite character of all time, Marcos.
I mean, since we've gotten...
Get the fuck out of here.
Wow.
The look on Mike's
I'm with
face.
her on this one. What the fuck have you been spoken lately? Anyway.
Fun. We all love the Traveler season.
Oh, God.
On to one of the major...
I, ignored it.
Let's get on to the next major plot point of this episode. And that is what I'm lovingly calling the CW's Winchester effect. Where everybody has to sacrifice themselves for everybody else.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
In this case, it's Stefan agreeing to Damon's little ploy to volunteer to be Cade's servants for all of eternity. They avoid going to hell as long as they send other wicked people to hell. And this gets the sirens off scot-free. And
Not Celine.
One
we'll get to that.
siren off.
This got Sybil off scot-free, and Celine is still fucked because she's no longer immortal, and when she dies, she's going to hell. And it got the girls back to Alaric and Caroline. And then Caroline is like, get them the fuck away from me. I love them. You know, they're my world. I want to be near them, but you're right. A dark shadow follows me. I'm evil. There's evil stuff around. Go away.
Caroline got it just fucked this episode.
Yeah, she got everything. Well, I mean, the girls was her decision after thinking on it, after Alaric told her that's what was going to happen anyways. But then, you know, she's gotten everything else torn away from her over the past 8 seasons.
And this time
She really is like hit like rock bottom.
Hey, you know what? Cade's a fair negotiator. You know, hey, I had one condition, and that's I get to spend my last, day of freedom with you.
Still.
No June wedding for you, Miss Blondie.
That really pissed me off because she's like, you promised me a June wedding. It's like, no. Seriously, honey, your fiance is, indebted into the devil's servitude. You're worried about your fucking wedding?
Do you really expect any less out of her? Like,
you know what? It was like she got so much better. She became a better character. Then all of a sudden, you just reverted back to bullshit.
Go back and watch season 1, Catherine. Or not Catherine, Caroline.
Caroline.
No.
Go back and watch season 1, Caroline. Right? This is showing us our season 1 roots. Caroline's acting the same way she did. Season 1.
When we hated her. Stupid bitch.
I'm starting to hate her again. I started to like her. My approval of Caroline was going...
I mean, up to this episode where she started to, just be stupid.
I agree.
I was fine with her up to this season, up to this episode in this season. Like, this season was great for Caroline. I mean, apart from, the ups and downs that she usually has. But, I mean, she just seemed like she was maturing. Like big time. Which was awesome. I liked seeing that part of her. But then that comment and what she did to Stefan all episode, it's like...
I know.
I know.
I
was telling you. I hated their relationship. I've been bitching about it from the beginning, and now it's just proved out.
Now it's done, and you can be happy.
Okay. It's pretty much done. They're going to get married, and then Stefan is going to have to go kill people.
They're going to fight.
Now, what kind of powers come with this deal? Because, I mean, Damon got shot 3 times, beat the shit out of, and then staked.
I'm
started
mortality.
Yes, I know that, but he started desiccating, just like one of the originals would. Yeah.
I was thinking about that. Maybe
he desiccated like any vampire would. The original vampires desiccate the same way as the normal vampires. Just you take the stake out and they come back to life.
But was it just the originals that burst into flames when they got staked and killed?
When they got staked with the white oak stake.
Right, but what about regular vampires when they got staked? They just desiccated and died, right?
Yeah, they just turned into a lifeless body and they were gray. No, because I remember when they had to clean up Vicky.
Oh yeah, you're right.
She was still just a dead body.
Yep.
I don't know why.
Anytime any regular vampire gets staked, it is a normal stake. Anytime an original gets regular staked or daggered, it is a regular stake. It's only the white oak stake
that'll kill them.
It bursts them into flames because it destroys the body.
Mm-hmm. And that's the only way to kill them.
Yeah. So are we assuming that because Damon's basically kind of walking the same line as an original, that once that stake is removed, he's going to just pop back to life?
I think he's going to pop back to life and remove it himself.
See, I was very, very slightly concerned. Right? Very, very. I want to say very slightly.
Go on.
Until, as soon as the scene ended and they showed the clip for next week, the first thing that they show is Damon, walking through the door wishing everybody a happy holiday.
Yeah, but...
So I was like, really? You're supposed to be building suspense for the episode when you end on a cliffhanger like that, and in the very next scene you show him walking around and alive.
Yeah, I didn't stick around for the next scene stuff. Next episode stuff I didn't do. So that's a complete that's a disappointment.
I was hoping preview for next week kind of made it seem like it was some kind of goofy episode. So I was hoping like, oh, please not be, be out of sync with continuity or some shit like that.
It's a Christmas episode. It is.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that it was out of sync, but I don't think it's gonna be.
No.
And by showing Damon in like literally 2 seconds after the episode ends, where he's supposedly dead, it's like I agree with Dom. No suspense built. Like, gee, wow.
Yeah, that does.
I was still sitting in suspense until you fucking said something.
I knew he wasn't gonna die.
I know he wasn't gonna die because that's part of the deal.
Minutes when I read the synopsis for next week.
Pure immortality.
Well, I'm gonna say that it has to do with the deal that Cade struck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That it's going to give them powers. Cade's got the power to give immortality. We see that with the sirens. So with the sirens, we're going to assume that transferred over to them as well. They were already immortal, but I think there's preventative measures for their weaknesses.
Yeah.
Either that, or he just made them into originals.
Oh God.
Probably done that.
Yeah.
I think that's like the only thing he's going to give them because, the whole manipulation thing with the siren song and everything, vampires kind of got it with compulsion. So I don't think he's going to give them any more boost with that. I think it's just the fail-safe with the immortality that they got.
The thing that has me like worried, concerned, whatever, is I was hoping that we were going to maybe get a conclusion of like Klaus and Caroline and like that love story, in the Vampire Diaries.
It's not done yet.
But with knowing that the originals is not coming back until March,
mm-hmm.
and that the Vampire Diaries more than likely is going to end around March, the originals may still be asleep, which means that Klaus can't cross over to the Vampire Diaries. So
yeah, because they're in their own little pocket prison too right now.
Yeah, they're in Klaus's mind or something.
Yeah, they're in. I think it's a collaborative mind prison thing.
Yeah, because Klaus is daggered or whatever.
Yeah, they're all in the same spot. I think their conscience was taken out of their bodies and was put into like a prison world kind of thing.
Pretty much.
It was how he was trying to save them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So knowing that, because we only have how many episodes for this season? It's not a full season. It's 16 or something like that.
Left.
Yeah, and we're about halfway through.
This was 6, so I mean,
next week is 7, and we know that they're not there. That's the mid-season. That's about halfway.
Yeah. All right. You're right.
And then the show comes back January 13th. All right, for episode 8, and do the math, do that out. 16 episodes done by March when
it'll be done the week the original starts.
Yeah.
It's so whatever characters when they want to transfer over.
It's probably going in that time slot. So, I mean, it's completely possible we may see Caroline end up on the originals at some point and get an answer to that story, but it's not going to happen, I don't think, on the Vampire Diaries.
I mean, obviously we don't know right now, but I mean, the way they're leading with her pretty much losing everything in this, thing. I could definitely see her transferring. Her transferring over. Considering they kind of did play around with her like in the very beginning when original started with her, and so
because of Stefan and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was thinking about Catherine and what we were talking about there, and I went back and I watched the Catherine scene when she gets dragged out of the church. She gets dragged out of the church and then goes up as soon as she gets pulled through the doors. So she goes up just like everybody else did. And then I started thinking about that even more. And I was like, why? Why did Catherine do that when at the point Catherine was taken, the other side was it's still in 100% intact. The travelers didn't even tamper with it yet.
I just think she was that wicked that Cade took it upon himself to be like, nope, you're mine.
But there's other people in this world that have done so much worse that, when they died, they stayed there too. And then it hit me. Yes, she's a doppelganger. Yes, she's a traveler. But she was also human.
Yeah, she was made mortal and then she died, right?
She died as a human.
Mm-hmm.
So she didn't get to go to supernatural purgatory. She went
No.
straight to hell. You know, all the
Wow,
humans go to hell or their purgatory, you know, whatever, Cade. So she didn't have a chance to get filtered into the other side. You know, that Cade just went right for her because there was no supernatural world available to her.
Right,
She was
I
no longer
forgot
part of
about
that.
Julie.
Anyway,
you sneaky, you clever.
So
Yes.
that pretty much confirms, you know, that the other side was the supernatural net, and Cade just had access to human souls right off the bat. You know,
Yeah.
anybody who'd done wrongdoing, Cade, it was free game for him.
Sweet.
all right then.
And that is also why
Makes a lot of
when
sense.
she touched Bonnie, she didn't go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like she didn't pass through Bonnie. She couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. All
It
right
wasn't
then.
supernatural.
So, okay,
We're good.
we're good. Next week's episode is called "The Next Time I Hurt Somebody, It Could Be You." It is the mid-season finale. The Devil from Christmas Past. Ooh.
The subtitle.
I know, right? Faced with the fallout from his interaction with Cade, Stefan is determined to have one thing go right: Christmas Eve with Caroline. However, when I had no idea it was getting close to Christmas in the show, but anyway.
Mhm.
However, when Damon and Sybil crash their Christmas Eve dinner, which had been joined by Alaric, Matt, and Peter, things quickly take a... Peter, Matt's
Who's
dad.
Peter. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
I
Okay.
got confused for a second.
They should have just put Matt's dad in the
I know.
synopsis because
Things quickly take a dark and twisted turn. Meanwhile, in a series of flashbacks to Stefan's past, Cade's attempt to entice him with his mysterious agenda leaves Stefan faced with an unimaginable decision.
well,
Mhm.
Their lives are going to be changed forever. The team is in peril. Coulson died. All that stuff.
What?
I'm sorry.
What?
It's when synopses end like that.
pretty much every synopsis in like the last 4 years have ended like this. So, you
I'm
know,
waiting for Matt's dad to die because I feel like he's been horrible.
I
Yeah,
want Matt to die. Right?
Don't
we've been
want-
waiting for Matt to die since season
No,
1.
I think Matt's gonna be the last man standing.
Oh god.
Matt.
I'm gonna be so mad if Matt doesn't die.
Matt's
this
gonna be
season
the-
by the finale.
I'm with Kim. He's going to be the only survivor.
That, or when he dies, he comes back and he just blesses them with his angel wings and his halo and is like, ah!
I mean
it.
that's not and that's why I think we're gonna see the Bright World or Heaven or whatever you want
Yeah.
to call it. Because in the novels, by book 3 or 4, Elena was turned
Elena.
into an angel,
Mhm.
right? So that was the thing. That's canon in the universe. Like,
Yep.
we've
And I
not
like
seen
it.
it. We've not seen it yet, but I think it's coming.
Mm.
And bringing in the devil, so to speak, this season, you have to do the other. You can't do one without the other.
Mhm.
It's true.
Can't.
That's very true.
I love it. So yeah, next week, midwinter break, midwinter finale.
Everybody get out your Santa hats.
Hopefully it's some fun stuff. Anyway, that's our show unless somebody stops me. All right, Dom, where can they find you?
Oh yeah, and then you can find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMETOM.
Kim, where can they find you?
Can I just say one thing real quick?
What?
When you said unless somebody stops me, all I thought of was the mask. Somebody.
I know.
Oh my
I think of that too.
Okay, good.
All right, you can find me on Twitter at HUFFITY
And Nikki, where can they find you?
You can also find me on Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyYVENOM24.
You could find me on Twitter at Philidrin. You can find all of us on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, MySpace, and YouTube at ASOTV Podcast. You could follow us at those places for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows, movies, and games. Thank you all for watching, and good night.
Bye bye.
They call me Cuban Pete.
I'm the king of the
God.
rumba beat.
Chicky, chicky, boom,
let's be honest.
chicky, chicky, boom,
Chicky,
boom,
boom,
chicky, boom.
people.
Oh my god, let's not.